Hey yo, welcome to the State Road Show. So today's video, I want to take time to bust down some prison and jail myths. But before I do that, I would like to thank everybody that subscribes to my channel, that watches my videos. I really appreciate it. That's why I answer every comment and will continue to do so. Also, pretty soon I'm be getting a new camera, new microphone, so we can really do this thing right. I'm going to start adding things to the channel. Now let's ride on this. Number one, probation is there to give you a second chance at redeeming yourself. Myth. I like to compare it to fishing. Now the courts, just like fishing, throw you back out on the street, expecting you to commit that bigger crime. See, they want you to commit that bigger crime. You know, you commit a misdemeanor, they'll give you 2 years probation. A small felony, they'll give you 2 years probation. But also, they give people caught with a gun. I've seen people agree to 10 years probation. And that's just, you know how hard walking off 10 years probation is? I couldn't even do 2. My judge got so tired of me, he wound up terminating my probation and telling me, get the fuck out of here. Basically. So yeah, no, they want that bigger conviction. They want to keep giving you a chance to fuck up. And probation is so hard to complete. I've seen so many dudes about to complete probation, having given a piss test, urine test in a year and a half, and all of a sudden, your PO calls you in for that random. And you got so comfortable because you weren't getting tested. You smoked a little weed or whatever you did. And then boom, you're back in. That's by design. So that's a myth. People receive the same amount of time for the same crime. Now this is obviously a myth. You know, it depends on circumstances, your point system. See, for those that don't know, the criminal justice system is set up by a point system and judges go by guidelines. So for me, for example, if I go out, you know, and I get caught with a gun, they'll give me maybe 2.5 to 5. But a guy with a rap sheet as long as my arm gets caught with a gun, he's getting 15 to 30, maybe 20 years. So yeah, there's nuance in the same crime being committed. Number 3. People down for violent or serious violent offenses should never be released. Now, do you know how many men I've spoken to that, and you could tell they're telling the truth, that told me I would give my right arm to be in the position you're in, going home. And you believe them. I remember listening to a 50 Cent song. He had a line that always stuck with me. What happens to a changed man who dies in a cell? That is so true. People change in jail. The constant beating, the mental beating of being in jail and prison will change some people. Now, of course, there's people who are just lost causes. You know, we hear it all the time on the news. Somebody gets released. You know, he got released for a shooting, attempted murder, and then he came out and finished the job on somebody else. It's no longer an attempt, it's a body. So it's not always the case, but that's a myth. Harsh sentencing is a crime deterrent. Myth. You know, you can give somebody 20 years, somebody sees it on the news, they see the crime, but if they're living that street life, it's all about situations. You know, situations pop up and they forget all about what that other guy got. And they handle the situation according to their mentality. You know, they're not thinking about, oh wait, that guy got 20 years for doing what I'm about to do right now, because you're thinking in an instant, reacting in an instant. So that's not always the case. The goal of jail or prison is to rehabilitate. Now, this might be the biggest myth. You know how much money there is in incarceration. That's why so many prisons have gone private. It's a business. They don't want you rehabilitated. If you get rehabilitated, great. But if they really wanted you rehabilitated, it would be mandatory to take certain courses, to get your GED, to do job training, to do violence prevention courses. But it's not. It's up to the inmate. It's up to the convict to walk in those classrooms. If they really wanted you rehabilitated, they would make them permanent. They would make them mandatory, and they don't. Because they're playing roulette with your life. Feeling like when he gets back out, he'll be back. And we'll get that money from the state or the government. He'll be back. So, that's a myth. You can't survive as a lone wolf. Now, this is pretty, territorial. I'm speaking from Philly and Pennsylvania. I've done it many a time. There was very few blocks that I ever walked on where I didn't know people. So if I don't know somebody, I'm not the type to just walk up to a group and, hey, I'm such and such. How you guys doing? What you guys talking about? And just start hanging around people. So you become the lone wolf. And realize the word I used, lone wolf, not lone sheep. A lone wolf is somebody that can walk around, can be strong, can set an example that, listen, I might not be down with this, that, and the third, but I'll handle my business. You can definitely survive as a lone wolf. Now, there's a difference between a lone wolf and a lone sheep. Like I said, a lone sheep is somebody that won't talk to somebody or won't talk to anybody out of fear. Don't want to approach nobody. Just want to be a hermit in the cell. That's not a lone wolf. So you definitely can survive being a lone wolf. The guards are there to keep you safe. Definitely a huge myth. Now, one time, I'll give you a quick little story. One time we were out, and at CFCF, we had this enclosed basketball court, and the guard's desk is right in the sight line of the basketball court. So these dudes are playing basketball, and I've seen dudes play basketball with knives on them. So something happened on the basketball court, somebody got fouled hard or whatever. All you hear is a commotion. So we walk over to the glass because it's enclosed by glass. We walk over to the glass, and this dude is just getting stabbed in the corner, running along the wall trying to get away, just getting stabbed. You know what the CO did? He ran into the sally port because he was by himself, waiting for reinforcements. Now, if that guard was really there to protect that man or any inmate, he would have stepped in with his pepper spray. He had pepper spray. He could have stopped the incident. You spray somebody with pepper spray who's got a knife, they can't see. They can't see what they're stabbing. But no, he ran into the sally port and waited for reinforcements. They are not there to keep you safe. They are there to earn money, earn overtime, and get home themselves safely, not you. Jail is a place no one wants to be. Now, that's a myth. How many people I've seen, when I'm locked up in November, December, starts getting cold out there, people going into Walmart or whatever, stealing shit, walking right out the front door, wanting to get caught because they're homeless and want to get off the street. It happens a lot. A lot of people use jail as a shelter, which, they should. I can't blame them. I can't blame them at all. I've been in tough spots my life to where, I didn't have no place to go. I had drug issues, shit like that. My life wasn't in order, and I thought about it, but it was just like, man, nah, I can't do that. So that's a myth. Some people definitely want to be in jail. You constantly have to worry about ass pirates And you know what I mean by that. That's not true. In prison, there are so many dudes looking for that kind of action. And I'm talking about looking for somebody to take that. They're selling that. They're just all out there with it. There's no reason for an ass pirate to, run down on somebody most of the time. Now sometimes there's no homosexuals on the block or whatever and just like that, and the dude's just a predator. But most of the time, he can find his outlet when he needs to find his outlet. Next one. A gay man cannot survive in general population. Now, I've seen it plenty of times. There's a lot of gay dudes that can handle themselves. Still a man. You don't lose strength, I don't believe. None of that goes away. Now a lot of times, on a lot of blocks I've been on, they get ran off. Because dudes are ignorant or whatever. They don't want them in the shower, they want them to be in the shower at the same time and this and that. But there are a lot that stay. And it goes into the last one I was just talking about. They stay because they link up with some dude who's going to protect them. So they absolutely survive in GP. Next one. A celebrity is forced into PC. Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. You can deny PC anytime you want. Anytime you want. Now, the only way I believe that would be a fact is if it was like an ex-president or something. Then like the Secret Service and shit like that, that'll be a complicated situation, like, a senator or something like that. But like a rapper or an actor or something like that gets locked up, they can absolutely deny PC. So that's definitely a myth. Don't believe the hype on that one. Next, every CO is searched coming into the facility. Absolutely not. Now, I've been in line to go into the visiting room. The COs come through the same doors that your visitor comes through. And you know what they do? All right. That's it. They don't check their lunch bag. They don't check their pockets. None of that. You know why? Because no CO wants to be that guy that is thoroughly searching other COs. Because COs are just like police officers. Police officers, it's all about a brotherhood. It's all about a bond, excuse me. They don't rat on each other. Like they say, the thin blue line or whatever. Same thing with COs. They don't want to be that guy. So they don't thoroughly search every guard and staff member that comes in. Believe that. That's a myth. Every shakedown is thorough and looking for drugs and weapons. No. Now, just like anything in life, there's horrible doctors, there's horrible, construction workers, horrible this, horrible that. There's horrible COs, lazy COs that won't go by, how they were taught to do a shakedown. Because they got to shake down sometimes 80 cells, Four teams of 2 officers got to shake down 80 cells. So, you're not going to thoroughly shake down 20 cells and look for every little thing and every little crevice. And we're in those cells looking for any little hiding spot, any little way we can get, slip this past the guards. And a lot of shakedowns, I would actually say most shakedowns are for extra sheets, extra towels, extra rags, extra blankets, extra jackets, extra hats, anything the jail supplies. because they're running low and they don't want to buy more. Because like I said, it's a business. They're supposed to make money, not spend money. So that's definitely a myth. It matters to the parole board what you say or what you've done. Now this is definitely a myth. Most of the time when you walk into a parole board meeting, they already got their mind made up. You're in there wasting your breath. You're in there wasting your breath telling them about the classes you took, this and that. And that's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be a review board of people looking to see if you've changed, looking to see how you've acted in this environment, in this prison, in this jail. But no, most of the time they got their mind made up, and you can go in there with Jesus Christ as your witness, sitting there beside you, vouching for you. And that paper's already stamped, rejected. Drugs have nothing to do with most people's crimes. Now, I think this is a huge myth. I would go as far as to say 90% of people that are locked up, their crime in some way was drug related. Whether it was, of course, caught selling drugs, shooting another dude over a block that was selling drugs on it. They were high when they killed their wife or killed somebody else. They were high when they robbed that liquor store, drunk. So that's a huge myth. Drugs have more to do with crimes than I believe people realize. So, and the last one, you are safe in PC. Absolutely not. Now, if you see my video on when one biker hunts another biker in jail, you know that's not the case. Because anytime you check into PC, especially to get away from one person or one group, that person can easily, just like you did, sign in the PC. And guess what? You're on a PC block with them. And there is no taking PC in PC. So you're just there. You can tell the guards, oh, he's over here with me. Well, what do you want me to do? Where else do you want to go? This is already PC. And in that situation, they get their hands on you because you come out together or whatever. I'm sure they come out together because they got to use the phone and shit. I don't believe it's 24-hour lockdown. So you're going to get touched. So PC will not keep you absolutely safe. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. There's a lot of myths that I didn't mention. This will probably be part 1. But let me know some of the myths that you believe, that you see, that you know. Like the video if you like the video. Please subscribe, become a member of the community. Like I said, we got a great community over here. Love all you guys. And until next time, this is Kenzo, State Road Show. And remember, it's cuffing season. Don't give them no fucking reason. I'm out.